Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Shop My Stash, also known as the products I am going to be using on my face this upcoming week. So the past two Shop My Stashes I've done sort of midweek, so I was able to give you guys some sort of reviews and product, maybe share with you the products I wasn't loving so much. However, this time we're going to be filming the makeup that I'm going to be wearing this upcoming week, so I can't really do that for you just yet, though I know the majority of these products I love already. So let's go ahead and get started with the products that I'm going to be using this week. For primer, I'm going to be using the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Primer. The shade is Neutralizing Translucent, it says on the back, but there's just the one shade. I don't think they have any other ones. It just comes out as sort of this white, creamy sort of primer, more liquidy than creamy. And then it blends out just super invisibly, basically, and really just smooths out your skin. You're not going to be able to tell the difference, but it really just smooths out your skin for application of your foundation and basically the rest of your makeup products. So love, love, love that stuff. I'm going through this pretty darn quick. I think I got this, oh geez, in the early winter months, I think, and I've been using it quite often. I've held back on using it, and I've been using other primers the last couple weeks, but this is definitely an all-time favorite of mine. For foundations this week, I'm going to be mixing my two Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation shades that I have. I have Porcelain, which is the lightest shade in the range, and then I also have Fair Neutral, which was previously the lightest shade in the range before they came out with new colors, but those are the two shades that I have. Let's see, so normally I use the Porcelain shade. Well, normally, I mean, in the winter months, I use primarily this with like a drop of this, but I think now I might even be using equal parts of them now that we're going into the more spring and summer months. However, in the spring and in the actual summer months, I can use just Fair Neutral with the the concealer in Fair sort of to brighten up the color a little bit. Which leads us to the concealer that I'll be using this week, which is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Sealer Concealer, or Aqua Sealer in the shade Fair. I don't tend to enjoy this under my eyes. However, I'm going to give it another go, and this will be the concealer that I use anywhere on my skin that I need it, as well as under my eyes this week, so hopefully this will change my opinion. Like I said, normally when I first got the foundation in Fair Neutral, I really enjoyed the way that this looked to sort of brighten up some areas on my skin. So I'd put it on my forehead, I think on my nose, and then sort of on the inner portions of my face just to sort of brighten up a bit. And I really enjoy how that looked. Just haven't really been sold on the under eye area yet, but I will definitely maybe use a more hydrating under eye cream and then give it another shot this week. So we shall see about that. Let's see. For powder this week, I'm going to put down my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder that I'm in love with. I'm going to try another setting powder. This is the NARS Soft Velvet Loose Powder in the shade Snow. This is actually a tinted powder, and it is the lightest of the range. And I will say I just sort of tipped this over a bunch to get some powder out for you. The holes on this powder jar, I don't know, powder container, are so small that it takes a ton of effort to get powder out, and that really drives me nuts. But this is sort of what the powder looks like. It is actually tinted and is very fair, but it does blend in pretty nicely with my skin. So I'm going to try this with a damp sponge. I don't believe I've tried that with this one yet. I'll also be using this to set my under eye area, so we shall see how that goes on top of this foundation. For eye primer, I'm going to keep using this guy. It's the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I was trying to use him up. I'm pretty sure he's almost past his prime, or on his way out anyway. So I have that much left out of the container, so I'm going to continue using that until it's gone. For eyeshadows this week, I'm currently wearing this palette. Just did a sort of a first impressions demo with this palette. This is the Lorac Unzipped palette that a friend of mine was so wonderfully thoughtful to send to me because she was not using it, and I'm very excited about using it this week. So that will be the eyeshadow palette that I use. For sort of face colors this week, I'm going to be using my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette. I'm going to be using the middle shade Incandescent Light. Yep, for highlight. So I'm currently wearing, it gives sort of like a really nice lit from within glow. And then I'm also currently wearing Radiant Light, which is what I'll be using sort of to bronze up my skin. It doesn't add a ton of color, but it adds like the perfect amount for me. Though I probably will not be able to pull this off in the summer as a bronzer. I might be a little bit too light by that point, but now it's a perfect shade. And since that snow powder is a little bit light, I'm going to be using probably a little bit of dusting of dim light over here to sort of even everything out on my face. I'm very excited to use that this week as well. For blush, I'm going to be using this guy. I'm not sure if how I'm gonna feel about this color with those eyeshadows, but I think I'm gonna be using Too Faced Sweet Peach. Papa Don't Peach, the blush. So it's a super, also it's a pretty neutral shade, but it also is pretty peachy toned. Obviously, it is the name of the blush, Papa Don't Peach. I just did a little bit on my skin there. I think since I'm not going to be using a super glowy highlight, that I'm going to really enjoy Papa Don't Peach as my blush. For brows, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Perfect Brow Powder Duo, not perfect, something or other, in the shade Dark Brown. So when I use this product, I go in primarily with the lighter of the two browns, with one little sort of dip into the darker brown, and I just fill my brows. It looks really super natural, and I really enjoy this product. Haven't used it in a while, though, so I'm excited to get some more use out of that. I think last but not least, for mascara, liner. Oh, geez, what liner am I going to use? Probably the same one I've been using, because I do want to use it up as well. Probably just going to be using the Maybelline Line Stiletto in the shade Brownish Black to do my eyes. I don't do a wing. I can't do one to save my life, so I just sort of line my the lash line with that, and it works out pretty well. And then for mascara, I'm going to be using the Tarte it's like a Tarte week this week in makeup. The Tarte Man Eater mascara, this is what the wand looks like. This one's probably also on its way out. I do believe I put like a drop or two of eye drops in there trying to breathe some more life into it before I have to put it in my empties basket. But this is what the wand looks like. It's not my all-time favorite, but I did get it on sale, and you really can't beat that for a Tarte mascara. So those are the products I'm going to be using on my face this week. If you guys have any questions, as always, please let me know down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.